guys, what's going on, everybody? Your boy, BLSG, back in the building with another Sixers live play-by-play. We're back here this time for game number 4 of the series between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Toronto Raptors. And once again, this game is up in Canada, so we got to play the Raptors once again up in Canada for this game. And we hope to finish the job here in Toronto on their home floor to complete the sweep. So let's get it on, man. Cannot wait to watch this game. Hoping the Sixers can get the job done and be the first team to advance in the second round in this bracket. So let's get it on. Yes, sir. Can't wait, man. If you guys are coming in here just right now, please go ahead and be sure to hit the like button on the screen and hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to this channel. We are grinding it out for the Sixers and especially for the playoffs as the Sixers prepare to take on the Toronto Raptors in game number 4 of the series, where they look to complete the sweep and be the first team to advance to the second round in the playoffs this year. So we will see what happens, and let's get this going. Yo, Betty Woo, appreciate you for coming through, my guy. Said, yes, sir, you already know. Betty Woo, be sure to hit that like button on the screen, my guy. Appreciate you for being the first guy up in the chat. And for once, it only took 8 minutes for someone to be up in the chat, so appreciate you, Betty Woo. Yeah, man, appreciate you for coming through, my guy. Appreciate you a ton. Yes, sir. As usual, we're jamming out to the music before the game starts. You already know, man. You already know. Game 4. Chance to sweep. Let's see if we can accomplish it today. Let's go. All right, let me cut the music here. Let me talk to you guys. All right. Yes, sir, man. Back here for game number 4. Like I said earlier, Sixers once again going with the Spectrum jerseys today as the starting lineups come in for your Philadelphia 76ers is James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, Danny Green, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. For the Toronto Raptors, you have Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and Khem Birch starting at the 5. I thought it was going to be Siakam. Turns out it will not be Siakam. So at the 5, it'll be Khem Birch, so we'll have to see the result. What's it like for Embiid in this dump? I know he's playing, but is his time limited at all or anything? I didn't see anything, my guys, so I don't know if Embiid's time is going to be limited down. He said he was going to play anyway, but I didn't see anything saying that it was going to be time limited. And besides, like, if Joel Embiid is our number 1 center, and you can't really rely on Paul Reed for most of this game because he'll eventually be getting clamped up. So you expect a lot of Joel Embiid no matter what. Mike Wazalewski, what's going on, my guy? Long time no see, brother. You guys, if you haven't done so, please go ahead and hit the like button on the stream. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Lucas Holman, what's good, my guy? Appreciate it. Do the same. And the Raptors will win the tip, and the game is underway. Siakam going to start out with the ball here for the Raptors. Matched up against Tobias Harris. Siakam dribbling with the ball. Matched up against Tobias Harris. Is playing great defense right now. Siakam comes inside. Siakam continuing to come up. Siakam gets it over to Khem Birch. Gets it to carry Trent. Trent goes for 3, and that is way off an air ball, as a matter of fact. Rebounded by the Sixers. Maxey going to bring it down the other end. Comes around Fred VanVleet. Maxey up baseline. Maxey still looking. Maxey coming the other way. Maxey puts it out for James Harden. Harden matched up against Anunoby. Gets it to Embiid. Embiid matched up against Khem Birch over to Harden. Down to Harris. Harris going to take the jumper for 3. That's no good. Rebounded by the Raptors. Both teams off to a rocky start and shooting after their first shots each. Siakam with the 2-pointer. That is good for Pascal Siakam. Sixers have been in a situation like this before where they've been down, and then you know what they do. Here's Maxey, gives it over to Harris, defended by Siakam. Harris tossed it over for Embiid. Embiid down to James Harden. Harden locked up by Anunoby for the moment. Now switching is Siakam. Harden going to drive. Harden's going to go up, lay it up, miss it, and Embiid is not going to handle it. Gary Trent with the ball. Gets it over to VanVleet, going for high-arcing triple. That's no good. They get the rebound with Ken Birch, and they're going to go Sixers ball. So an early turnover by the Raptors. Sixers take the ball. Let's go. Here's Tyrese Maxey, who gets it over to James Harden. Harden coming around the screen from Embiid. Gets it to Maxey, over to Harris. Harris comes inside. Harris out to Green. Green going for a corner three. That's good for Danny Green to begin for the Sixers. Corner threes for Danny Green no matter what. Yes, sir. Here's Fred VanVleet. Defended by Tobias Harris. VanVleet gets it over to Siakam. Siakam matching up against Maxey. Siakam goes up, and it's good. That is a mismatch right there between Siakam and Tyrese Maxey. That should be Tobias Harris or Joel Embiid on him. Here's Maxey over to Harris. Harris comes inside. Harris puts it out for Embiid. Embiid's open, taking a three. That's no good. A little off to the left. Rebounded by the Raptors. Siakam taking the ball. Matching up against James Harden. Siakam over to Anunoby. Anunoby matched up against Harris. Anunoby still looking. Anunoby spinning. Anunoby gets blocked by Tobias Harris. No goaltend is called. Harris over to Maxey taking the three. That's no good. Green gets the rebound. Over to Harris. Harden wanted a three. Goes inside. Harden matched up against Siakam. Puts it up for two. That's no good. Rebounded by the Raptors. Come on, guys. You got to make your shots. Siakam loses the ball, but an early foul is called. Looks like on Danny Green with about 9 minutes to go in the first. There's like no fans there. Hey, you already know, man. You already know. But it's not at our house, that's for sure. It's not the Raptors' house, man. It's not at our house. Thank goodness it's at the Raptors' house. All right, so 9 minutes to go. Siakam to shoot two at the line. And Siakam will make the first one to lead the Raptors 5-3. Again, guys, Sixers looking to sweep the Raptors in this game. Raptors looking to keep their hopes alive. And Siakam will make the second one at the line. And we'll make it 6-3 Toronto. Sixers, man, you got to make your shots. Come on. You got to make your shots. Here we go. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden matching up against VanVleet. Harden coming, wanted inside, finds Embiid. Embiid matched up against Fred VanVleet, comes around. Embiid gets it out for Danny Green, who comes inside. Danny Green's going to lay it up, missed it. And Embiid's going to lose it out of bounds. Raptors ball. Come on, man. You got to make those. And you got to play defense, too. Like, you actually have to rebound, number one. And three-point shot is no good. That was by Gary Trent. As Harris is going to finger roll it up and in. Tobias Harris providing the points for the Sixers here to put them down by 1, 6-5. Here we go. Here's OG Anunoby matched up against Maxey. Anunoby going to his right. Anunoby spinning. Gets it over to Ken Birch, putting it up for two. That's no good. Rebounded by the Sixers. Here's Maxey getting it down to Danny Green. 1-3 pump fakes. Over to Embiid. Maxey. Harden in the corner. Harden taking a triple. That's good for James Harden. James Harden giving the Sixers the lead 8-6. We'll get to the comments in a second. Here's Fred VanVleet. VanVleet coming inside. VanVleet puts it up. No good. Rebounded by the Sixers. Embiid gets it down to Maxey. Maxey's going to drive. Put it up. High off the glass. And he's going to get fouled by OG Anunoby. TP, what's going on, my guy? I appreciate you for coming through today. Embiid looks a little tentative rebounding and shooting. Yeah, just give him a bit of time because his shooting hand is what is, and his shooting thumb is especially what is going to affect him. And just give him a bit of time. Do not be surprised if Joel Embiid has to lay up a bunch of these and not take a lot of actual shots from mid-range and from three. Do not be surprised. But hopefully Joel Embiid is just kind of like warming up so Nick Nurse cannot do the same strategy he does. Because what he does is as Maxey, by the way, made the first one. Actually, yeah, he did make the first one right there. But like I said before, Joel Embiid, Nick Nurse does the strategy where he lets Joel Embiid get comfortable and then he takes a timeout and then he adjusts and then his team starts clicking. Joel Embiid is probably not doing and being that aggressive right now just to prevent the strategy that Nick Nurse does from happening, as Maxey also made the second one as well. Gary Trent gets it over to Fred VanVleet. VanVleet matched up against Tyrese Maxey, gets it over to Gary Trent. Trent, from behind the three-point line, shoots it for three, and it is good for Gary Trent Jr. Good three for Gary Trent. Let's go. Here's James Harden, gets it down to Tobias Harris. Harris is going to come inside. Harris is going to go up. And it is good for Tobias Harris. Siakam might have had a piece of that, but Harris still got it in. Good shot. Good layup by Tobias Harris, man. We need that from Tobias every night. Siakam for two. That is good. No foul was called. But Siakam made a nice two-point mid-range jump shot as Harden gets it down to Embiid as they go quickly down the other end. Embiid backing into Birch. Embiid going to take a two. That is no good, but foul is called. Foul is called again. That is looks like two on OG Anunoby now. Anunoby's finger is taped up as well. So that's already two fouls on OG Anunoby real quick. That's in about 5 or 6 minutes that OG Anunoby already has two foul calls. Did anybody notice that Embiid went up with his left hand and missed the ball at the center jump? I mean, I know they missed the jump ball, but I didn't really see which hand he was using. He probably didn't want to affect his thumb. But hey, man, Sixers, man, they're keeping this competitive, but the Raptors are trying to bounce back and not allow the Sixers to sweep. So we'll have to see what happens here in game number 4 of this first-round series. And the Sixers look to be the first team in the playoffs this year to advance. Is what they're looking to accomplish today. If you guys are not done so, please go ahead and hit the like button on the stream and hit the subscribe button if you're new. For any new viewers or any returning viewers that come into the chat today. Guys, share out the stream as well. Share out the stream everywhere you have on social media. Anywhere you have it on social media, share the stream out. Let's go. Appreciate everybody for coming through, though, man. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate all the support, guys. You guys are some of the loyal ones that come through to the channel, and I appreciate that. Yes, sir, man. Sixers off to a decent start, you know. 6:40 left here in the first. Sixers lead 12-11. Raptors they're not going to go down without a fight, and the Sixers are not going to go down without a fight. So it's going to come down to who plays better between these two teams like it does every single game. So, yeah, man, let's see what we can do. Already got 5 likes on the stream. Appreciate the 5 who have already liked this stream already. Appreciate the 5 people that have already done so. Appreciate you guys, man. See, these are the loyal ones that come through these chats every single live stream. These are the loyal ones. And you guys have been so loyal lately to this channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, man, 5 likes on this stream in about 20 minutes. So let's go. For a small YouTube channel, I'm actually liking that. So, guys, keep sharing out the stream. Bring the viewers in here. Let's go. Bring the viewers in here, man. Let's bring the views up. Bring the viewers in here. Let's bring some new viewers and share it out, man. Share out the stream. Wherever you have it on social media, share it out. Share the stream out, man. Sixers off to a pretty good start. Tobias Harris this series, 19 points a game, about 59% from the field, 64% from 3, about 9 rebounds a game, and about 11 field goal attempts a game. As Joel Embiid going to take his 2 free throws at the line. Embiid with the first one is going to make a good first shot by Joel Embiid. Embiid with the first one made. And Joel Embiid will miss the second. That take dub shooting thumb for Joel Embiid is going to really affect him in terms of his shooting. So do not be surprised, like I said before, if he starts to lay up a lot of these. Here's Fred VanVleet over to Ken Birch. Birch coming inside now, gets it out. Siakam going for three. That's no good for Pascal Siakam. Ken Birch does get the rebound. Birch, Gary Trent over to Anunoby for three. That's no good. Sixers are just going to let that go and out of bounds. 6:11 left to go in the first. And Scotty Barnes has returned to the court. So apparently it turns out that Scotty Barnes is playing in this game after he was originally ruled doubtful. He ends up playing today after Scotty Barnes did end up winning Rookie of the Year. Congrats to Scotty Barnes for that. Scotty Barnes, glad you're okay, my guy, as a Sixers fan, and best of luck to you, but hopefully we've got that W, man. Here's Embiid with the two-point jump shot. That's no good. It's a little short. Rebounded by the Raptors. Here's Scotty Barnes getting it over to Achua. Achua looking against Embiid. Achua matching up, and the ball is stripped. Harden has it in his hands. Harden bringing that ball up the floor. Harden dangling, puts it up. He's going to miss it. They're trying to tip back. Harden puts it back in play as it was going out of bounds. Harden wants the corner three. No, gives it up to Danny Green. Green coming inside. Gets it over to Embiid, and Embiid is going to be fouled. And Embiid is on the floor, but he is okay. 5:25 left to go, and Embiid is fouled. Looks like a number one of first foul already called on Scotty Barnes. And it's not going to be two at the line. It's just going to be an inbound pass, and Tobias Harris gets it to Joel Embiid on the inbound. Embiid going back in, and that was a miscommunicated pass from Joel Embiid to Milton. And VanVleet is going to lose it out of bounds, so VanVleet cannot handle it. He should have had an easy bucket right there to tie this game up, and does not get the bucket. That was a bad pass by Joel Embiid. He was trying to get it to Milton. VanVleet originally picked it up and then lost the ball out of bounds, so it goes Sixers ball with them still having a 13-11 lead with 5:16 left to go in the first quarter. That is crazy how VanVleet should have had an easy bucket and somehow did not make it. Maxey going to bring the ball up the floor. Maxey going to take a deep three. That's a brick for Maxey and is going to be ruled out of bounds for Maxey. So the Raptors will have the ball. Went up too much for Tyrese Maxey. It went up over the backboard for too long as Scotty Barnes gets it over to Siakam, over to, I believe that's Gary Trent, who comes inside, lays it up, and cannot lay it in, but a foul is called, I believe, on James Harden. If not him, Shake Milton. It's actually on Shake Milton, not James Harden. So Gary Trent to the line for two, chance to tie this up with under 5 minutes left. And the first one is good for Gary Trent Jr. at the line. James Harden to go for the bench for the Sixers. You probably have Shake Milton playing shooting guard. You probably have Maxey up to the 1, Green at the 3, Harris at the 4, and Embiid at the 5, as Gary Trent will make the second one. So the game is back to being tied up at 13 apiece. Here's Maxey facing VanVleet over to Tobias Harris, who gets it over to Shake Milton, matching up on Siakam. Over to Harris. Harris facing pressure from Scotty Barnes, gets it over to Joel Embiid, matching up against Achua. Embiid still looking. Embiid going for two. Misses that one. Embiid's got to get into the basket more. Achua over to Siakam. Siakam cannot handle the ball again. And there's a bit of difficulties coming from the Raptors. They should be taking advantage right now of the fact that we have so many missed opportunities to put in some buckets. Here's Tobias Harris with the ball. Harris looking. Harris going for two. That's no good for Tobias Harris as he misses. Here comes Scotty Barnes. Gets it over to Gary Trent. Trent back over to Barnes. Matched up against Danny Green. Gets it over to Trent for three. That is no good for Gary Trent. Rebounded by the Sixers. Joel Embiid gets it over for Tobias Harris. Harris is going to still look against Scotty Barnes. Match and gets it to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Maxey. Maxey still looking. Finds Embiid. Embiid down to Milton shooting a three. That's good for Shake Milton when it mattered. Shake Milton giving the Sixers a 3-point lead, 16-13. Here's Fred VanVleet with the ball matched up against Maxey. VanVleet comes inside. VanVleet out to Gary Trent Jr. for three. That's no good for Gary Trent. They get the rebound with VanVleet, who puts up a three. That's good for Fred VanVleet. Good three by Fred VanVleet right there. I believe had an off game last game. As Maxey gets it over to Joel Embiid, matched up against Achua. Embiid checks it back over to Maxey. Maxey still looking against Achua. Maxey still looking. Finds Milton over to Tobias Harris. Harris matched up against Scotty Barnes. Harris going to take a three from the corner. That's good for Tobias Harris as he stares down his own bench. Says, yes, sir, I'm making these buckets for you, coach. Here's VanVleet getting over to Siakam. Siakam comes up, puts it up, and puts it in. Joel Embiid was going to try to swat at it and failed to do so as he did not get there in time. Here's Embiid getting it over to Tobias Harris. Harris matched up against Achua, gets it over to Danny Green. Green over to Embiid, and Embiid gets it out for Danny Green. Gets it over to Milton. Milton inside for two. That's good for Shake Milton. Milton out to a quick 5 points. Good job by Shake Milton to accomplish that. Way to do something, Shake. Quick 5 points, 2 for 2 from the field. Here's VanVleet coming inside. Step back on Harris is up, and it's good for Fred VanVleet. The Raptors continue to answer from the Sixers' buckets. Sixers need to play a bit of defense here. Here's Joel Embiid getting it over to Shake Milton. Back over to Maxey. Maxey still looking. Maxey gets it over to Embiid. Embiid against Siakam. Embiid's going to put it up. He's going to miss again. And the Raptors, of course, rebound. Here's Siakam spinning. Puts it out for Scotty Barnes over to Gary Trent, who comes inside and comfortably dunks it in. But they do call what looks like an offensive foul on Gary Trent. So it was going to be a good bucket, but the Raptors apparently do receive an offensive foul. So they will not take the lead over the Sixers in this game with 1:47 left. Tobias Harris out to a quick 7, though, and Shake Milton already with 5 off the bench. I will take that. Shake Milton with a quick 5 off the bench. It's good for him, you know? And as we all know, Matisse Thybulle cannot play this game because his vaccination status, he is not with his vaccination status, he is not able to play in Canada. So we should see a lot of Shake Milton, Paul Reed, and George Niang in this one. And I'm trying to see who else would be in the lineup here. Can't really think of too many others that could be in the lineup here for Philly. But, yeah, man, Sixers up 21-20. Raptors with a few missed opportunities here to try and take advantage of these buckets. So, Sixers are still up 1 point, 21-20 here with a minute 47 left. And if you guys are not done so, please go ahead and be sure to hit the like button on the stream and hit that subscribe button if you're new to this channel. Trying to continue to grow out this channel. Please go ahead and share out the content. Appreciate the 4 people in the chat coming through and supporting. Salute to the 4 in the chat. And 21-20 still the score. Yo, Ninings, appreciate you for coming through, my guy. Said, I just woke up, thought the game would be later, honestly. Hey, Ninings, appreciate you for coming through, my guy. I know you just woke up from a nap probably, or if you were really sleeping for that long, but it is what it is, man. It apparently was at 2 o'clock. So, but anyway, appreciate you for coming through, my guy. If you haven't done so, please hit the like button on the stream. And I know you've already hit the subscribe button. I mean, you've already been on my channel for a while. I woke up at 8:30. Just woke up. Dang. Yeah, there's those times where, you know, you just wake up late and you know, it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy how you kind of just sleep through it, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy, to be completely honest with you guys. When you just like sleep in a little bit, it is what it is. I live in Mountain Standard Time. So, like, what time is it out there? How many minutes like behind are you, or ahead of Eastern Time? I think isn't it like 2 or 3 hours behind? One? It's somewhere in that range. It's somewhere in that range, Mountain Standard Time. But yeah, man, appreciate everybody who's already been coming through. As the Sixers have a 21-20 lead with 1:47 left to go in the first quarter. He's 2 hours behind. Okay, so it's 12:25 right now on the mountains. So it's 12:25 out there towards the West Coast. It's 2 hours behind Eastern. It's 12 right now. I'm just lazy, I guess, because it's a weekend. Hey, it's all good, man. As Shake Milton here gets the ball, gets it over to James Harden. Harden puts it over for Embiid. Embiid backing into Achua, gets it over to Harden, over to Niang. Niang matched up against Fred VanVleet, gets it over to Milton. Milton finding Embiid, forcing Embiid to shoot possibly. Embiid going step back. That is no good for Joel Embiid. That was so close to going in. And Joel Embiid still, I believe, only has 1 point here. Here's OG Anunoby getting it over to 21. I believe that is, I think, Thaddeus Young, as he played up and in for 2. It's 21. Yep, that is, in fact, Thaddeus Young. Here we go. Here's James Harden with the ball, matched up. Leaving against Thaddeus Young. Harden taking a step back 3. That's good for James Harden. I'm telling you, another score has to come up big, because Joel Embiid, with the situation he's in right now, cannot probably do a whole lot, but he'll try his best to do something. Here's Scotty Barnes getting it over to Thaddeus Young, over to Fred VanVleet. VanVleet back out to Thaddeus Young. Young losing the ball for a minute. Embiid falls. They go for 2, and it's good for Thaddeus Young. So 24 all here with about 33 seconds to go. And as usual, the Raptors fans giving the players a standing ovation as Harden puts it out for Harris. Harris gets it over back to Harden. Harden matched up against Scotty Barnes. Harden cannot seem to do anything right now. He just has to do something. Harden looking to put moves on. Harden puts it up. And they're going to call an offensive foul on James Harden. Trust me, I know the game today. I knew the game was today, but I thought it would be another afternoon or night game. Yeah, it's all good, man. USFL Stars on right now. I'm keeping track, but this game is more important. Yeah, Sixers looking to sweep, man. So let's see what we can do. Here we go. Fred VanVleet's going to bring it up the court, matched up against Shake Milton. VanVleet coming around, matched up against Niang now. VanVleet coming inside. He's going to get stripped by... And Fred VanVleet not getting the call that he wanted. They're going to say, all right, loose ball foul, they call on Fred VanVleet. So that is really good for the Sixers, who look to take advantage here and hopefully look for a lead with 1.3 seconds left to go. Harden's going to chuck it over to Niang, who launches one up. Oh, my goodness. George Niang almost made that from close to half court. Niang almost actually made that from close to half court. Oh, man. George Niang actually almost made that from half court. Almost. But hey, man. That actually almost went in for George Niang. It was close to half court, and Niang almost made it. All right, so here's the hoop, okay? Like, this little thing right here, that's the hoop. The ball comes in. It goes like, boom, and out it goes. That is crazy. All right, so we'll get the stat lines here after the end of the first quarter. We're just going to do points here just to save time. So, For your Philadelphia 76ers, you have Tobias Harris leading the way for the Sixers with 7 points, followed up by James Harden with 6 points, Shake Milton with 5 points, Danny Green with 3 points, Tyrese Maxey with 2 points, and Embiid with just 1 point. And that is from the free throw line. Joel Embiid can't really do too much because of his thumb injury. He can't really do too much. So Embiid just has to go out there and try his best. And for the Toronto Raptors, as we go to their side, you have Siakam leading the way with 10 points, followed up by Gary Trent and Fred VanVleet, who each have 5 points, and Thaddeus Young with 4 points off the bench. As for team stats here, Sixers shooting the ball 36% from the field to the Raptors 45%. Sixers shooting the ball 50% from 3 to the Raptors 22%. Sixers shooting the ball 75% from the free throw line, and the Raptors are perfect at the line. Raptors are out rebounding the Sixers 13-9, and same offensively 3-2. Sixers are out assisting the Raptors 5-3. Sixers have more blocks than the Raptors 2-0. Same in steals 1-0. Sixers are also winning the turnover battle 4-1. They're both tied in points in the paint with 6 each, and then 7 personal fouls called in that first quarter, 3 on the Sixers and 4 on the Toronto Raptors. So that's how your first quarter team stats and first quarter stats come to an end, as we hope to see the Sixers make an adjustment here going into the second. And we'll have to see if Joel Embiid can rack up some more points, because we need everything we can get in order to give Joel Embiid that MCL sooner. We're going to need everything we can get to get Joel Embiid back to normal sooner. So we'll have to see what we can do here. We'll have to see what we can do here for the next 3 quarters. And I'm going to say this again, guys. If you haven't done so, please go ahead and hit the like button on the stream and hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new to the channel, let's continue to grow out this channel and make this one of the best channels on YouTube. So share this out everywhere you have on social media. And just be sure to, and especially for pretty much everyone who's been in the chat, because you guys you guys all know the drill. Share out the stream, hit the like button, subscribe already. And the second quarter is underway. Here's James Harden, gets it over to Niang, putting it up for 3. That's good for Georges Niang. Niang gets his revenge after missing the shot from close to half court, and Scotty Barnes goes down again. Scotty Barnes, he bumped into Paul Reed. That is not Paul Reed's fault. See, Scotty Barnes just tripped by Paul Reed, and Scotty Barnes will go to the bench and get checked out. Scotty Barnes getting injured a lot in this series. I think first it was like in games 1 or 2, and now he's getting injured in game 4. So now back to another commercial. The commercials are boring. And we were just getting started with the second quarter with a nice and peaceful start, and then Scotty Barnes has to get hurt again. Yeah, man. Only like about maybe a little over 10 seconds in, and we already have someone hurt in Scotty Barnes again. So who knows if he might set the rest of the game or what will happen. Again, we'll have to see. And as usual, appreciate you guys for coming through, man. Appreciate you guys for coming through as always. Loyal supporters of the channel. Appreciate that. You guys already know, man. You guys already know who you are as loyal supporters to this channel. Let's get it going, man. Let's get this going. Yeah, man. Kind of been like a back and forth game, and now it's kind of a weird start to the second quarter. Scotty Barnes. Harden goes down again after he intentionally bumped into Paul Reed and ended up falling on the court again. So we'll have to see how this one turns out for Scotty Barnes. We'll have to see how this one will turn out for him to see if he'll be back in the game or if he'll be out for the rest of the game and might go back to the locker room. We shall see what happens, man. Just get done with these commercials. I'm tired of staring at commercials for the rest of my life. Let me stare at the game, not these commercials, man. It looks like Scotty Barnes is going to be okay as he is back on the court and kind of just walking it off. So it looks like Scotty Barnes is going to be all right as he's up and walking on the court here. He just slipped on the floor as he slightly, I think, bumped into Paul Reed. He just kind of slipped. But it will be Raptors ball. As I think it was about like 15 seconds in before the commercial break happened. And here we go. Gary Trent getting it over to Siakam. Siakam matched up against Niang. Siakam coming inside, bumping against George Niang. He spins, shoots it, and it is no good. Rebounded by the Raptors. Reverse layup is good there for Thaddeus Young. And the Raptors go down by 1, 27-26. Thaddeus Young starting 3 for 3 from the field with 6 points. There's James Harden actually he's double teamed, but matched up on Chris Boucher for the most part. There's Paul Reed out for Milton. Milton matched up against Siakam. He comes inside. Milton gets it over to Harden for 3. That's no good. Danny Green rebounds, but they're going to call it, I believe, a shot clock violation. It was a little bit odd for the Sixers there, as it turns out to be a shot clock violation and not 2 points for Danny Green. It should have went 29-26 if they would have had it, if it would have probably hung on there for a bit longer. Here's Gary Trent with the ball matched up against Shake Milton. Gary Trent matched up against Niang now. Gary Trent going for 2. That's good for Gary Trent as the Raptors take the lead again by 1 with 10:40 to go in the second quarter. Here's Shake Milton with the ball, gets it over to Danny Green, matched up against Chris Boucher. Green gets it over to James Harden, who now matches up against Siakam. As Harden will come inside, Harden will kick out. Reed going for a high-arcing 3. That's good for Paul Reed from the corner. Paul Reed going from a familiar spot where Danny Green would be. Good 3 by Paul Reed, man. When was the last time I saw Paul Reed take a 3 in the NBA? Probably been a while. Anyway, here's Gary Trent with the ball. Getting double teamed for the moment, but George Niang officially goes on him. Gary Trent comes inside, gets stripped, and a lot of action happening on the ground. Danny Green's on the ground too, but I believe they're going to call it against him. Good kick out by James Harden. James Harden with his playmaking is key. James Harden is key with his playmaking, so that is something that James Harden has an advantage of over, I think, the rest of these players. Under 10 minutes to go here, and looks like they're sending Gary Trent to the line, and they will. Gary Trent will make the first one at the line. Seriously, when was the last time I saw Paul Reed shoot a 3? Tell you one thing, it has been a while. I will say that much. I'll take a Paul Reed 3 every day of the week. And Gary Trent will make the second one at the line and tie this up at 30 apiece with just under 10 minutes to go in the second. As Niang will get it over to Maxey, who gets it over to Paul Reed. Reed fakes it over to Green, spins, lays it up, and lays it in. Paul Reed being aggressive early. I like this b-ball, Paul. Come on. Here we go. Here's Scotty Barnes, puts it out for Siakam. Siakam bumping into Paul Reed. Siakam gets it over to Thaddeus Young, over to Chris Boucher, who will slam for two with two hands. That's a nice dunk by Chris Boucher. But Paul Reed, you got to be guarding that, man. You got to be guarding that inside. You're the biggest man on the floor. Here we go. There's James Harden coming inside. Harden going to get stripped, and there's going to stay Sixers ball. Good thing Harden did not touch that again. And the Sixers will have the ball with 11 seconds on the shot clock. And James Harden will inbound it now over to Maxey. Maxey with the double team. Gets it out for Paul Reed. Reed coming inside. Reed goes up. Gets the rebound after he misses it. Reed puts it up. Cannot get it in. Hangs for too long. And they're going to call a Raptors ball. They're going to say it hung for too long around the rim. Paul Reed should have kind of just waited to see what the result would have been. I think he thought he would miss it. And then went off the back of the rim. And then Thaddeus Young grabbed the rebound, but it stood on that for too long. So we'll stay Raptors ball. Here's Siakam matching up against Paul Reed. Lays it up and lays it in with the finger roll. That's a really tough shot for Siakam, but he ends up making it with the finger roll. 34-32 lead for the Raptors. Here's James Harden matched up against Scotty Barnes, who will come inside. Harden gets it over for Danny Green. Green matched up against Boucher. Green comes inside, lays it up, cannot get it in. They're trying to fight for it between Paul Reed and Boucher. And I'm going to say it was a foul on Paul Reed, I do believe. Come on, man. We can't have these early fouls. We can't have that. We cannot have that, man. We can't have it. And that time, they bring it down the other end already, but they're going to stay. They're going to keep it with the Raptors with 18 on the shot clock. They try to make a play early, and apparently it's out of bounds on Danny Green. They're going to have Tobias Harris check back in place of George Niang. We'll get to the comments in a second. All right, here we go. Scotty Barnes to inbound it for Trent Jr. Trent Jr. gets it over to Thaddeus Young, over to Siakam. Siakam now matched up against the athletic Paul Reed. Siakam coming inside. Siakam step back two. That is good. Bank is open for Pascal Siakam. Raptors looking to win this game and not get swept. Here's Tobias Harris here. Harris spinning, slips, gets it out for Danny Green. Green battling against Siakam. Gets it over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey gets it over to Harden. Harden puts it out and is going to be stolen by the Raptors. Siakam has it in his hands. Siakam turns around against Paul Reed, gets it out. Barnes for three. Scotty Barnes cannot hit. Rebounded by the Sixers as Tobias Harris gets it over to Maxey. Maxey comes inside, lays it up. Cannot get in, and Paul Reed cannot get the rebound. Come on, guys. Here's Gary Trent Jr. Matched up against Harden. He shoots one, and it is good. Come on, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing right now? That's going to be a timeout. Doc Rivers for sure. 7.5 minutes left, and the Raptors have a 6-point lead. Come on. And Embiid might need to get back in this game. Hopefully he has adjusted to what he needs to do because he still just has 1 point, and that came from the free throw line. So we literally need to see more from someone like that. We need to see more from Joel Embiid, despite the fact that his thumb has a soft brace around it, and that is on his shooting hand too. Now he said, did Scotty Barnes re-injure his ankle? I'm confused as to what is going on. Tell me what happened. So apparently it turns out like he tripped over Paul Reed. He didn't try to. He just kind of didn't see it coming. And then he was on the ground for a little bit. And the coaching staff kind of like checked him out, made sure he was okay. And then when the commercial came back on, Scotty Barnes was up and walking. So it looks like Scotty Barnes is okay. You would think that Scotty Barnes would get injured again, but he's all right. Never want to wish injury on any player by any means, even if it's for your least favorite team by any means. The Sixers got to keep up, man. We can't be having these early errors. We can't have these early errors. The sooner this series gets done, hopefully the Sixers can clean this up. The sooner that Joel Embiid can get the MRI on his torn ligament on his thumb. So Sixers need to win. In my opinion, I think this is a must-win game for Philly to help out Joel Embiid. Good to hear that Scotty Barnes is fine. Yeah. Never want to wish injury or anything like that on any player by any means. Unlike what some Raptors fans would say about Joel Embiid. Did I just see a Raptors fan hold a Joel Embiid sign? I don't know, man. I didn't really see that, but Raptors fans are just so toxic. Seriously. They treat Joel Embiid like he's a fraud. Raptors fans are just so bad, bro. The Sixers, man, we got to keep up. We can't have these mistakes like this. We can't have mistakes like that. Sixers have turned the ball over 3 times. That's way less than our 22 turnovers that we had in Game 3. That's already way less turnovers. Sixers got to shoot that ball a lot better, though, man. I'm just going to say that right now. Sixers need to be better in terms of shooting, and we need to scoop up these rebounds. I know we're one of the worst teams in the league when it comes to rebounding, but you have got to rebound the ball. You must rebound. It's how you scoop up the points. And when you rebound, you have to do it without fouling, which is the only problem. When you rebound, you have to do that without receiving an offensive foul. Looks like Embiid is going to check back into the game, and hopefully Embiid is able to take a few shots now. Tobias Harris still the leading scorer with 7. We need players to start stepping up, man. Sixers already with 13 bench points as well. As Harden has the ball matched up against Fred VanVleet, he's going to drive, and he is going to be fouled. Looks like the foul is going to go against Gary Trent Jr. I don't know if Harden did take the shot, or looks like they're just going to call this a regular foul, and they're going to call it. No, they did get a shooting foul for James Harden. So Harden with 2 free throws at the line. Harden with the first one is good. Harden is too familiar with anything that's going to try to get in his way by any means. He's too familiar. He already knows what's going on. He has the experience when it comes to being at the free throw line. He has that experience, man. And Harden with the second one is good. I'm telling you, Harden is too experienced when it comes to the free throw line. He's too experienced when people are waving their and banging their boom whackers. He's already too experienced with that. Here's Fred VanVleet getting it over to Gary Trent Jr. Trent matched up against Danny Green. Comes around, gets double teamed by Green and Maxey. Now gets over to Siakam, who he leaves open. Blocked by Embiid, but a foul is called on him. Foul is called on Joel Embiid for making contact with Pascal Siakam. And Doc Rivers is like, what do you mean, bro? Embiid's like, all right, I respect the call. Respect the call. After he had a little conversation with the ref. And he did touch Siakam's hand, so it does make sense that Embiid did get the foul. And Siakam will make the first of the line. Sixers, man, we got to keep up, Sixers. We got to keep up, man. We can't be down in times like this when this Raptors team is going to be hot. And stop saying that Doc Rivers should get a tee, man. Stop saying that Doc Rivers needs to get teed up. Shut up. Raptors fans are just delusional, bro. And Siakam's second free throw is good, so he makes both at the line to put the Raptors back up by 6. Here we go. James Harden standing at the logo for the moment. Comes around and Danny Green screen. Flips it back over to Danny Green. Back over to Harden. Harden. Step back 3. That's no good. And Embiid is not even close to getting the rebound. I don't even know why he would even try to go for that. Here's Gary Trent Jr. Going up for 2 from mid-range. That's no good. Harden trying to scoop up the rebound. Cannot do so. And Embiid tries to get it. They're going to call it Sixers ball. And Boucher with the hustle, though, tried to get it back. We haven't scored in about 3.5 minutes, so we need a score, man. Come on. Harden lost the ball for a minute. Harden gets it back over to Embiid. Embiid matched up against Thaddeus Young. He's going to come inside. Embiid trying to take a 2 and get it in, and it's good for Joel Embiid. Embiid did need that. He needed it bad. Embiid needed that bad, man. Here's Fred VanVleet taking a three. That's no good. Rebounded by the Raptors. Gary Trent, VanVleet, Siakam, Boucher, laying it up reverse. No good. They do get the rebound and put it back in with Thaddeus Young. So under 6 minutes to go, Raptors back up to a 6-point lead. Maxey gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris back over to Maxey. Maxey back over to Harris. Harris trying to get it over to Joel Embiid, who does save it, but barely. Embiid back over to Harris. Harris over to Maxey. Over to Green. Green taking a three. No good. Green trying to scoop up his own rebound, and he will not do so. Siakam will pick it up. Siakam looking for options. Finds VanVleet back over to Siakam. Siakam with nobody guarding him for three. That's no good. Raptors get the rebound. We need to scoop that up, man. Gary Trent now going to take a three. That's good for Gary Trent Jr. Come on. What are we doing, man? Where's our defense? First of all, you got to scoop up rebounds. That's number one. Green is left alone, wide open for three. Danny Green, you need to make that, bro. You need to make that, Danny. Siakam going for three. No good. Thank goodness. Maxey will get the ball back, and already a foul called against the Raptors. As Maxey wanted to lay it up and in, he would have missed anyway. Well, come on, Danny. You got to make that wide open three in the corner. That's your shot. That is your shot right there, Danny. And we cannot be setting these guys up, man. These guys cannot be set up. Wow. Fred VanVleet just ripped open his jersey. Here's Maxey with the ball. Maxey gets it out for James Harden. Harden comes inside. Harden puts it up and puts it in. James Harden with the nice layup. Getting right into the basket and in for two. Harden's like, someone's got to help me out, man. Someone help me out. Thaddeus Young getting it over to Gary Trent Jr. Jr. back over to Boucher, who puts it in for two. Chris Boucher puts the Raptors up 9. And they tried to put one up, the Sixers, and they miss it. They bring it down the other end. Gary Trent Jr. going for a three. That's good, and this is getting way out of hand. This is getting way out of hand for Philly. Timeout must be called by Doc Rivers immediately. This is killing the Sixers right now. The second chance points, man. 10 second chance points to R0 is absolutely unacceptable. It's unacceptable, man. We got to start making these shots. We got to stay with this team. We need to stay with this team. We got to stay with them. Green got to make that shot. Come on now. I know, right? Danny Green, man, that's your shot. In the corner for three, that's all you on a normal basis, man. That's all you on a normal basis, Danny. Danny Green, that's all you on a normal basis, my guy. That's all you. You and your corner threes, that's all you every day of the week, man. You got to get that in, Danny. You got to put that in. Sixers down 12. Sixers need a huge comeback. Sixers got to come back strong here. And this is a must come back strong situation for Philly. Scores 50-38. Raptors have the lead. This is a gritty team, man. This is an extremely gritty team by any means. They're wanting a win because the Sixers are up 3-0 in this series. They're looking for a win to try to get back and going in this series, man. So Raptors playing tough. We gotta play tougher and play our part. Maxey gets it over to to James Harden rather. Harden puts it over for Embiid, getting double teamed, and that is a lost ball. And Embiid, like, you got to get that to the right people, man. Out of bounds and another turnover. You got to stop turning that ball over, man. Embiid's like, dribble it for yourself for a minute. Just dribble it for yourself. Thaddeus Young gets it over to Scotty Barnes, I do believe, as Barnes step back from the free throw line. No good. Rebounded by the Sixers. Come on, Sixers. We need a bucket. Let's go. Let's go, man. We need a bucket here. James Harden with the ball, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid fighting for his life, and he gets it in. Joel Embiid, man. He's doing everything he can out here with that brace on. Embiid, man, you got to keep that up. There's Thaddeus Young. Fakes it over to Siakam. Gets it over to Siakam now. Siakam comes inside. Siakam is going to roll it up and in. No foul. And actually, it didn't go in. Harris bringing it down the other end. Harris puts it up, and he puts it in. So 4 straight points here for the Philadelphia 76ers as now they're down 8. I thought Siakam made the layup for a second, and he apparently did not. So Sixers go down by 8 points now. There's Boucher backing up against Shake Milton, and a foul is called here. It's between Harris and Milton. Looks like it is going to be on Tobias Harris for that. Under 3 minutes to go. Sixers, man, go on a run. Come on. Let's get on a run, man. And Shake Milton already having a discussion with Doc Rivers over here about what happened on the play. Scotty Barnes will do the inbound pass. He'll inbound it now to Pascal Siakam. Gets it over to Gary Trent Jr. Trent Jr. still looking. Gary Trent coming inside. Trent Jr. for 2. That is short. Rebounded by the Sixers. Harden able to handle it, but a foul is called on Tyrese Maxey. Let me see. What happened with Tyrese Maxey? Can I just see what happened with this foul? Can I just see what happened? Of course, they're not going to show it. Just do a review, people. And Scotty Barnes will make the first one. Tyrese Maxey was like, how is the foul on me? Scotty Barnes is literally all over my back. And Scotty Barnes with the second one is also good. So back up to a 10-point lead for the Toronto Raptors. Here's Tyrese Maxey. Gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris still looking. Trying to find a man. And that is stolen. Stolen right there by Thaddeus Young. Gets it over to OG Anunoby. Matched up against Tobias Harris. Anunoby trying to get it in there. Loses it. Gets it out for Gary Trent, who comes inside. Gary Trent, Anunoby for 3. No good. Sixers get the rebound with Tyrese Maxey scooping it up. Maxey down to Harden. Harden comes inside, and Harden will be fouled. That time, I believe, by... Looks like by Pascal Siakam. They're showing Siakam on the camera for a long time. Harden... Maxey also has to start getting aggressive, too. Maxey needs to start getting aggressive. What does he have? Maxey just has 2 points, man. Maxey's got to wake up. And Harris needs an option. Gets it into Harden. Harden's still looking for an option. Finds Embiid. Back over to Harden. Over to Harris. Over to Niang. Over to Maxey. Maxey coming inside. Maxey for 2. That's good for Tyrese Maxey when it matters. That is a huge 2 for Tyrese Maxey. He needed that bucket. He needed that bucket, man. 4 points for Tyrese as well as 3 boards and 3 assists. Here's Gary Trent Jr. with the ball. Trent Jr. comes around. Tyrese Maxey comes inside, puts it out. With Thaddeus Young, that is for 3. That's no good. Rebounded by the Sixers. Sixers with the chance for more points. Harden getting it over to Embiid. Embiid fighting for his life, and he gets it to go and 1. That's my MVP right there. Even with the brace on, you cannot stop our MVP. You can't stop our MVP with a brace on. You can't stop that man. 2 guys were there. You can't stop Embiid. You cannot stop my MVP even with the brace on his thumb. You cannot stop that man. There's 2 players right there, and you still can't stop Embiid. That's a huge bucket when it mattered for Joel, and the free throw is good. There should have been a foul, too, because George Niang got strangled to the ground, but there is no foul in this case. 9-2 run for the Sixers in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Sixers down by 5, 52-47. Here's Siakam with the ball, comes inside, matches on Harden. Ball was lost. They're going to give it to the Sixers here. with 1:03 left to go. Harden with the inbound, gets it over to Maxey, back over to Harden. Over to Niang, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid right inside. No foul is called. And Siakam gets it over. And Anunoby puts it up and is going to draw the foul right there. I believe it's on George Niang, and it will be. Embiid grabbing the thumb that has the brace on it. Someone poked at it, I think. I think it was Thaddeus Young, which that should have actually resulted in a foul in this case. And the first one is good at the line for OG Anunoby. Where's Embiid going? Embiid is just going to go back, and so will Thaddeus Young to try to guard him. And OG Anunoby actually will make the second one. So 46 seconds left to go. Sixers down by 7 with the 2 free throws made by OG Anunoby. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden matched up against Thaddeus Young. Harden still looking. And it's going to be a foul right there on Thaddeus Young in this case. A lot of Thaddeus Young being mentioned here in probably about the last minute. Thaddeus Young's like, how did I get a foul? What did I even do? And he's having his little pep talk with the ref. He's thinking, Harden should have got a travel. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go. And see what's going on. Appreciate you for coming through. Let's go Sixers. You already know. Be sure to hit the like button on the stream as well. As Harden made the first free throw. Joel Embiid trying to keep up, man. Gary Trent Jr. and Pascal Siakam are just doing it all here in this first half. James Harden with 11 points. Make it 12 now. As he puts the Sixers down by 5 again and has made that second free throw. No field goals for the Raptors in about the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Harden getting tossed all around the court. No fouls called. Thaddeus Young going for 3. That is no good off to the left. And someone got trampled. I believe that was Danny Green. Harden currently standing at the logo. Time for one more to reduce the lead. Harden matched up against Scotty Barnes. Harden gets it down from Embiid. Embiid trying to do something about it. He cannot get it in. Raptors scoop it up. Long ball, no good. And the first half has come to a close. Raptors up 54-49 at the end of the first half. All right, man. Got to continue to be consistent here. It's all about consistency. Come on. Let's go. It's all about consistency here. Got to continue to get going, man. Got to continue to be consistent here. We want to get this win so Joel Embiid can get the MRI on his thumb sooner than later. Because if the Raptors win, Joel Embiid is not waiting until after this game. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's probably going to wait till this series is done, assuming the Sixers can complete the sweep. As usual, man, appreciate you guys for coming through like always. If you guys have not done so, which I'm pretty sure everybody in this chat already has done, please go ahead and hit the like button on the stream and hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to this channel. We're trying to grind out this channel, and I've been doing my very best to do so in this case. And as long as you guys are supporting the channel, I'm making this content for you guys, man. So it is officially updated for the halftime. So now we're going to look over the box scores and the team stats, and then we'll take a halftime break like we always do. So starting out on the Philadelphia 76ers side, you have James Harden leading the pack with 12 points, a rebound, and 5 assists. Followed up by Tobias Harris with 9 points, 7 rebounds, and an assist. Then you have Joel Embiid, who follows that up with 8 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Embiid off to a rocky start, but hopefully he will adjust and be able to step up. But it will be hard with that torn part in his thumb. Shake Milton off the bench with just 5 points straight up. Paul Reed off the bench with 5 points and 3 rebounds. 4 points for Tyrese Maxey, 3 rebounds and 3 assists as well. Danny Green with 3 points, a rebound, and an assist. And George Niang with 3 points, no rebounds, and 1 assist. So that's how the first half comes to a close for the Sixers. And now over to the Raptors side, where you have Gary Trent leading the way with 17 points, no rebounds and no assists, though. Then you have Pascal Siakam with 16 points and 5 rebounds, no assists for him. Thaddeus Young with 8 points, 3 points, and 3 rebounds, and 3 assists off the bench for him. Then you have Fred VanVleet with 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Following that up is Scotty Barnes with 2 points, 5 rebounds, and no assists. And following that up is OG Anunoby closing the half out with 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. And that's how the stat lines end for the players. Now we'll look at the team stats here. Sixers shooting the ball 41% from the field to the Raptors 42%. Sixers shooting the ball 44% from 3 to the Raptors 21%. Sixers shooting the ball 89% from the free throw line. Raptors are a perfect 12 for 12 from the line. Raptors are out-rebounding the Sixers 25-18 and same offensively 8-4. Sixers are out-assisting the Raptors 12-7. Raptors have more blocks than the Sixers 5-2. Raptors have more steals than the Sixers 3-1. Raptors are winning the turnover battle at the half 6-5. They're each tied with 16 points in the paint, and then 18 personal fouls called, and they each have 9 fouls. So that's how the team stats and the player stats come to a close here for the end of the first half of game number 4. And let's hope that the Sixers can find a way to close this out and get Joel Embiid that MRI as soon as possible. Halftime, it's a close game. We stepped up at the end of the half, but we got to step up next half if we can finish this series today. That is a fact, Nightings. Nightings is speaking facts, everybody. So, like Nightings said, we can close this out, but we need to continue to put the pressure on Toronto. Pascal Siakam and Gary Trent are practically carrying their team right now at the half. They're carrying their team right now. Fred VanVleet only has 5 points at the half. So Fred VanVleet is also having another off game in this one. But yeah, man, you know the drill for every new subscriber, every old subscriber, veteran subscriber that is up in these chats. Go get a snack, go get a drink, go to the bathroom, do whatever you guys have got to do when it comes to halftime for a lot of these basketball games, the majority of them especially. And you guys don't know what to do. So go ahead and do whatever you guys need to do. And I'll see you back for the second half. Let's hope the Sixers can get that W and give Joel Embiid that MRI as soon as possible. So anyway, see you guys for the second half. Yeah, we might eat outside. It's better outside. Yo! Guys, we are back here, ready for the second half. Hopefully the Sixers can do a much better job than what they did in the first half and get this second half to a much better finish here in game number 4 to hopefully potentially sweep the Toronto Raptors. I'm going to have to see what happens here for the second half, but we are ready to go for this second half, man. So let's see if the Sixers can step up. We know Joel Embiid has kind of had a bad start to this game, but just calm down because normally a lot of these first halves for Joel Embiid are always rusty, and then he manages to lighten it up in the second half. So we'll have to see what happens for Joel Embiid in terms of seeing what he can do with that thumb. But we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully Joel Embiid can be much more explosive than what he was in the first half, I believe. Joel Embiid just with 8 points in that first half. So he really needs to lighten. Embiid needs to start lighting it up here in the second half. James Harden just needs to keep being James Harden. Tobias Harris needs to continue to knock down his shots. Embiid just 3 for 10 from the field today so far. It's Joel Embiid. Time to light it up, man. I don't care if you got that thumb to deal with. You got to light it up in the second half, man. Let's go. As the Sixers will have the ball to start the second half. And the second half is underway. Here we go from Toronto for the second half. As Maxey will bring the ball up the floor, facing up against Gary Trent. Maxey comes around, kicks out. Green for 3 in the corner. That's good for Danny Green to begin the second half, and that's the right way to start. Good start for Danny Green here to begin the second half. Sixers already go down by 2 with just 1 bucket. How quickly things can change. Scotty Barnes gets it over to Achua. Back over to Gary Trent Jr. Trent facing up against Danny Green. Trent goes for 2. That's no good. Sixers managed to get the rebound. Tobias Harris now gets it over to Joel Embiid, over to James Harden. Harden gets it back over to Embiid. Embiid dealing with double team. Gets it over to Maxey. Maxey matched up against Achua. Gets it out to Harris. Harris going to come inside and make it easier for himself. Harris goes up and gets it in. Tobias Harris ties up the game at 54. With just under 11 minutes to go. Only 1 minute into the second half. Raptors haven't scored a field goal in 5 minutes 20 seconds until now. As Scotty Barnes manages to put one up and in and one. As Tobias Harris receives the foul call. Good pass by OG Anunoby. That's a beautiful pass. I'll give OG Anunoby respect and credit where credit's due. That was a nice pass over to Scotty Barnes. This Raptors team is not going to quit, man, so we can't quit either. And Scotty Barnes is going to make the free throw. Here we go. Here's Tyrese Maxey. Maxey Gets it back over to Tobias Harris, who's matched up on Gary Trent. Gets it over to Embiid. Out to Harden, but it is out of bounds by the Raptors, so it will stay Sixers ball. Scotty Barnes with just 14 minutes, 5 points, and 5 boards for Scotty Barnes just coming off that injury. As Harden will inbound it again to Joel Embiid. Embiid gets it back over to Harden. Harden coming inside, gets it out for Harris. Harris gets it back over to Green, taking a three. No good. It's a little long from Danny Green. The Raptors get the rebound. Guys, you got to be there for that, man. You need to be there. Here's Scotty Barnes with it. And Obi taking a three. That is bricked. Rebounded by Tyrese Maxey for the Sixers. Maxey also has to be more electric in the second half. Embiid going up with it. And it's good for Joel Embiid. Huge 2-minute matter for your MVP of the NBA. And no defense whatsoever. It's an easy running lane, and it's good for 2. Embiid going up and talking to the ref and chit-chatting. Now he's like, all right, I'm good. I'm not getting teed up. As Embiid just receives the ball, Embiid, and it's poked away by Gary Trent Jr., and he'll go up and throw it down with one hand for 2. Quick timeout here for Doc Rivers and the Philadelphia 76ers already. Sixers with just 3 timeouts left. Sixers, man, we got to keep up. We can't stop turning that. We can't keep on turning that ball over, man. We cannot keep on turning that ball over. We got to be able to handle the ball at all costs. We can't turn the ball over at weak times like this. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to clean my glasses real quick. But yeah, man, guys, give me thoughts in the chat. How you liking the game so far? What do you think the Sixers need to adjust since they are down right now? For me personally, I think they gotta be much more. They gotta stop being so careless with the ball. They gotta stop the turnover battle, and we gotta have more pick and roll, man. Pick and roll is needed right now. Normally, when we use a lot of pick and roll, we're winning games. And so far, what we're doing is not working. So Sixers, man, we got to step up. Sixers have 3 players in double figures. The Raptors have 2 players in double figures. But their 2 players in double figures have a combined 35 points. And the Sixers with their 3 players scores combined have a combined 33 points with their 3 players in double figures. So it's pretty close, but it's all about the scoring that they have around them in this case. So it's all about the scoring around them, and the Sixers just have a disadvantage in that category. But we need to finish the job. We need to score points. We got to stop being so careless with the ball, and we got to play more pick and roll. Hey. Sorry, guys. Yelling at my cat. As Tyrese Maxey gets the inbound, is going to drive with it. Maxey going to pull up with a 2-point jump shot. That's no good as it rims out. Rebounded by the Raptors. Scotty Barnes gets it over to Siakam. Siakam gets it over to OG Anunoby. Anunoby backing in. Gets stripped. Danny Green picks it up. Gets it over to Maxey. Maxey's going to lay it up and lay it in. Good 2-point layup for Tyrese Maxey. Maxey needs to be more consistent coming out of the half. Let's go. Siakam. Siakam backing into Tobias Harris. Siakam looking for an option. Gets out to Scotty Barnes over to Achua, who puts it up. And they're going to call, I believe, a travel on Precious Achua. So the Sixers get the ball back down 3. And Nick Nurse is already going to start yelling at the ref. Harris for 3 from the corner. That is almost airballed. I think it might have actually been airballed. Gary Trent Jr. bring it down the other end. Gets it over to Siakam. Siakam comes inside. Gets Harris out of the way. They lose the ball, but Achua picks it up. Achua pushing Maxey out of the way. Gets out to Gary Trent for 3. No good. Rebounded by the Raptors. Achua going again for 3. Cannot get that one to go. Maxey gets the rebound that time. Maxey gets it over to James Harden. Harden coming inside. Harden kicks out. Green for 3. From the corner again. Cannot hit. Danny, you got to get inside, my guy. We need buckets. Come on. Here's Scotty Barnes with the ball matched up against Harris. Taking a 3 from straight from the net. Cannot hit. Harden gets it over to Tyrese Maxey as they were able to rebound it. Maxey matched up against Siakam. Maxey gets it down to Harden. Harden with the ball, putting moves all over Siakam. Harden coming inside and will be fouled by Scotty Barnes. TP says Embiid is playing this game like a one-arm basketball player. Except for the fact that it's a one-thumb basketball player today for Joel Embiid. Harden is looking to put the Sixers down by 1 as he will shoot 2 at the line. And Harden will make the first one. Good job by James Harden to keep the Sixers in this one. Currently leading the Sixers in points right now with 13. So frustrated with Danny right now. Me too. Like Danny Green needs to start getting inside and under the basket more. And James Harden is going to make the second one at the line. So Harden keeping the Sixers in it as the Sixers are down 1. Here's Precious Achua. Gets it over to Siakam. Siakam backing into Tobias Harris. They're going to lose the ball. So Siakam lost the ball, but they're going to keep it with the Raptors because they're going to say it went off of, I think, either Tobias Harris or Joel Embiid, one of those two. So they're going to keep it with the Raptors here. As they inbound to Achua, and Harden thinks that's a lame foul on him. That's just Harden's second foul here. Harden, calm down. That's literally just your second, man. Come on. Let's go. 7:35 left to go in the third quarter. And Anunoby will inbound it into Scotty Barnes. Barnes gets it over to Achua. Achua matching up against James Harden. Achua getting it over to Siakam. Siakam with a long 3. Bank is good for Siakam. Siakam puts the Raptors back up by 4 points here. There's Maxey with the ball. Maxey gets it over to Joel Embiid. Embiid looking. Gets it over to Tobias Harris for 3. Cannot get the bounce. Raptors get the rebound. Siakam gets it over to Gary Trent for 3. It's no good. Rebounded by the Sixers. Harris gets it over to Maxey. Maxey gets it over to Harden. Poked by Gary Trent. They're going to say Sixers ball. Maxey gets it over to Joel Embiid. Back over to Maxey. Maxey gets back over to Embiid. Over to Maxey. Maxey gonna take a long one. Got it to go. Tyrese Maxey with a huge three from downtown. Maxey now with 9 points here. Here we go. Here's Siakam with the ball. Siakam matched up against Maxey. Gets it out. Someone went for three. It's no good. Rebounded by James Harden. I believe it was OG Anunoby. Looks like it was him. Anyway, Harden just dribbling with the ball against Precious Achiuwa. Now switches on to Gary Trent. Harden. Step back three. Harden. Misses it. And they're going to say it's a foul on Danny Green. Danny Green's probably going to argue over the ref with this one. Because OG Anunoby, I think, tripped Danny Green and landed on him. That should be on OG Anunoby, and that should be Sixers ball, in my opinion. Niang checks back into the game for the Sixers. So they have him at small forward, Tobias at power forward, Embiid at the 5, Harden at the 1, and Maxey at the 2. Here's Gary Trent with the ball. Trent spinning around Maxey. Gary Trent goes up, misses it. No fouls were called. Harris, bring it down the other end. And there they go, calling that one. A foul on Tobias Harris, and Siakam was down for a moment, but gets right back up. We need good D and buckets. You already know, despite the fact we're down 1, we got to start taking these opportunities, man. Here we go. Here's OG Anunoby with the ball. Anunoby back over to Scotty Barnes. Barnes matched up over to OG Anunoby. Anunoby puts it up. Contests with Embiid. Gets it to go and 1 for OG Anunoby. 3-point lead for the Raptors, 66-63 as Joel gets called for the foul. Maxey for 3, fire emoji. Yes, sir. But back up to a 3-point lead here for the Raptors for the moment. OG Anunoby can make it 4 if he makes the free throw. That's number 2 on Joel Embiid right there. OG Anunoby has not been shooting well. He's only 2 for 11. And he will make the free throw, however. Two-possession game here. As Maxey has the ball, gets it over to James Harden. Harden still looking, finds Embiid. Embiid chucks it over for Harris. Harris comes inside. Harris is going to go up and slam it with 2 hands. Tobias Harris putting it down for the Sixers. Sixers down 2 here with 5 minutes to go. 67-65. Here's OG Anunoby defended by Maxey. Gets it over to Gary Trent, who's guarded by James Harden. Gary Trent kicks out for Siakam. Siakam driving. Siakam kicks out. Thaddeus Young taking a 3. That's good for Thaddeus Young that time. Come on, man. Where's our defense? Maxey with the ball. Still looking. Maxey gets fallen to the floor. This looks like this is going to be on Scotty Barnes here. Scotty Barnes helping out Maxey, though. Scotty Barnes helping out Tyrese Maxey, though. Good sportsmanship. So they will make a lineup change and put in Shake Milton for Tyrese Maxey. Maxey will go to the bench here. Shake Milton will play the point guard position or the shooting guard position, whatever Doc has in mind for the rotations. And Yang gets the inbound over to James Harden. Harden with the ball. Under 4.5 minutes to go. Harden coming inside past Thaddeus Young. Kicks out. And it is going to go to the Sixers as it went out of bounds with 2.8 left on the shot clock. James Harden wanted the foul. Did not get it. And George Niang will do the inbound pass here. Yang gets it up for Milton. That's no good. Raptors are taking it down the other end. Thaddeus Young with the ball. Young, fake layup out to Gary Trent. Over to Anunoby. Barnes for 3, no good. Rebounded by the Sixers. Sixers down 5, 70-65. Harden chucks it over for Embiid, who's going to slam it with 2 hands easily. Nobody guarding Joel Embiid whatsoever. Joel Embiid with 12 points, 5 for 12 from the field, and 3 boards. Here's Anunoby coming inside, and that should easily be an offensive foul for sure. And they do call the offensive foul on OG Anunoby. They do call the offensive foul. Thank goodness. He elbowed Harden to the floor. And Anunoby, as usual, complained to the ref about everything. Whoop-de-doo. And Nick Nurse also complaining. And we have James Harden talking now. Everybody's talking. And here we go with the refs you suck chants now from the Raptors fans. That's an easy foul on OG Anunoby for sure. It's an easy foul. Here's James Harden with the ball. And Harden with a terrible pass. Terrible pass, Harden. Come on. You literally just drew an offensive foul, man. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden kicks out for Milton. Milton back over to Embiid. Embiid looking. Embiid still looking. Embiid trying to get inside. Embiid taking the 2. It's good for Joel Embiid. That's a good shot when it matters. And Mishkovsky, if you come through in the chat for the second time, 6 of 69. And someone drew the foul. Looks like it's gonna be on Embiid. It's gonna be Embiid drawing the foul against Scotty Barnes. Huge mid-range jump shot when it matters for Joel Embiid. Huge mid-range jumper. That mid-range jumper was huge for Joel, but Scotty Barnes going to the free throw line. Sixers, man, we got to stop being so careless with the ball. Especially James Harden, who messed it up after taking an offensive foul. As Scotty Barnes missed the first free throw for the Raptors. So that will end their streak of being perfect at the line. Scotty Barnes just 1 for 4 from the field, has not been shooting well with just 5 points and 8 rebounds as well as 2 assists. And Scotty Barnes will, however, make the second one, though, and make this a 2-possession game once again. James Harden getting it over to Embiid, back to Harden, over to Niang, taking a hierarchy triple. That's good for George Niang. George Niang puts the Sixers down by 1, 73-72. Under 2:50 to go. Here we go. Here's Scotty Barnes. Gets it over to Thaddeus Young. Young gets it over to Boucher. That's a nice pass by Chris Boucher. No foul is called, but the Raptors get the bucket and are up by 3, 75-72. These Raptors this game are relentless of not being down by anything. Niang gets it out to Harden. Harden coming inside. Harden kicking it out. And they tried to rebound it at the Raptors, but the Sixers get it. Harden brings it inside for 2, and it is no good for James Harden. You guys need to get the rebound, man. What are we doing standing around here? Boucher is wide open for 3. Nobody defends him, and it's good. Come on. Where is the defense right now? Where's our defense? Can we ever contest? We should not be letting shooters get wide open for 3. Embiid, fading for 2. Got it. At least Joel Embiid is having a much better second half than what he did in the first half. Fred VanVleet is out for the rest of the game. Sixers, man, you better take advantage of this. Scotty Barnes for 2. Cannot hit. Sixers better take advantage because Fred VanVleet is out for the rest of the game with a hip injury. There's James Harden in here with the ball. Harden matched up against Gary Trent Jr. Joel Embiid and Thaddeus Young going at it. Harden back over to Embiid. Embiid pump faking. Embiid going up for 2. And then we'll call it a foul on the floor. They will not calling it a shooting foul on Thaddeus Young. But no matter what, he gets a foul. So it will be an inbound pass once the game comes back on. Minute 15 left to go here in the third quarter. Should have been an and one opportunity for Joel Embiid, but they called it as Embiid did not take the shot. Come on, Sixers. Fred VanVleet's out for the rest of the game. That is one of the Raptors' best scorers right there. You need to take advantage of that. Gary Trent and Pascal Siakam are absolutely carrying for the Raptors right now. They have 40 of their 78 points. That's That's about half their points right there. Half their points have come from those two players. Half of the Raptors' points have come from those two players, man. So, Sixers, man, gotta take advantage when Fred VanVleet's out for the rest of the game. Gotta take advantage. Joel Embiid should be perfectly fine as long as Joel Embiid continues to make the shots and gets it going. Sixers should be okay. But it's all about who is surrounding him and who is going to be consistent. Harden with 14 points in this game so far, but he has to keep it going. Tobias Harris, 13 points, has to keep it going. Maxey with 9 points, has to keep it going. Everybody needs to keep it going, and everybody needs to contribute for the Sixers to win this game and potentially give the Sixers a lot of rest and Joel Embiid to get the MCL sometime soon. Harden, man, come on now. You already know, man. I mean, like, Harden with the sloppy turnovers and the fact he was so careless with the ball. Like, come on, man. You can't be careless with the ball by any means. And if again, you guys did not see, Fred VanVleet is going to be out for the rest of this game. Something down the wrong pipe, guys. But Fred VanVleet is out for the rest of the game for the Toronto Raptors with a hip injury. So Sixers need to take advantage of that. They need to take advantage of the fact that one of the Raptors' best players in Fred VanVleet is out for the rest of the game. They got to take advantage of that, man. Sixers down 4 with 1:15 to go in the third. Got to keep it up, Sixers. Let's go. Go Sixers. Let's keep going. Take advantage of the player in Fred VanVleet that is currently ruled out right now with the hip injury. I know he had like a bad start. I mean, he only had 5 points and 2 rebounds and 3 assists, but take advantage no matter what. That is one of the Raptors' best players by any means, guaranteed. Got to take advantage, man. Got to take advantage. And you got to stop Gary Trent and Pascal Siakam. You got to stop those two. Again, for the foul, they did not call it a shooting foul. They call it a foul on the floor. So Tobias Harris will do the inbound pass, as he will inbound now to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey messed up against Gary Trent. Now goes on to Achua. And Milton kicks out Harris over to Niang. Niang pump faking. Niang going for 3. Gets it to go. George the minivan Niang puts the Sixers down by 1, 78-77. Niang has been clutch when it mattered. 9 points for Niang and 3 for 4 from 3. Beautiful job by George. Here's Boucher with the ball. Over to Gary Trent Jr. Gets it over to Thaddeus Young and Shake Milton. Why are you hesitating to guard Thaddeus Young? We need a lead, my guy. Block Thaddeus Young, dude. Shake Milton hesitated to guard Thaddeus Young. Like, you can't hesitate in the NBA. Here's Tyrese Maxey with the ball. Gets it over to Embiid. Embiid matched up against Scotty Barnes. Embiid comes around. Embiid lays it up. Cannot lay it in. There should have been a foul. And here's Gary Trent contesting with Maxey. Puts it up, misses it, and they continue to miss it. Achua gets the ball. Blocked by Harris. Maxey gets the ball. Maxey matching up against Preston Achua. They're trying to end the third quarter by either tying it or going down by 1 again. Maxey looking. Maxey comes inside. Maxey puts it up. High off glass. No good. They're going to go the full court heave like always, and that actually almost went in for Toronto. Sixers down 3 at the end of the third quarter here for the Sixers. Sixers down by 3, 80-77 at the end of 3 quarters of basketball. Everybody has to keep going, man. Everybody just has to keep on going. But here's my question. Why would Shake Milton hesitate to guard Thaddeus Young? We need the bucket, Milton. We need to hesitate these guys from getting the buckets, and we need to answer with something of our own. Do not hesitate to guard someone that's bigger than your size. If you're in the NBA, you should show out and do your job, man. I know you're a bench piece, but don't hesitate to guard a guy like Thaddeus Young. Don't even hesitate. Niang, fire emoji, loved what he was producing off of our bench this season. Hey, you already know, man. You already know. Niang's been really great since he came to this team. Niang's been really good. Niang has been really good for the Sixers since he pretty much came on this team. He's known for that three-point shooting, man. He's known for it. And if he needs to, he'll go into the basket and he'll make those as well when he's needed. Come on, Sixers. Sixers, man, you got to win this quarter. You need to win this quarter in order to win the game. Sixers won the quarter 28-26 in the third quarter. They lost the second quarter 30-25, and they tied in the first quarter with 24 points each. So Sixers need to win this fourth quarter in order to have a chance to win. And we'll look over the points list right now. Joel Embiid leading the way with 16. Much better second half for our center. James Harden with 14. Tobias Harris with 13. Maxey with 9. As well as George Niang. Danny Green with 6. Shake Milton with 5. Paul Reed with 5. For the Raptors, Gary Trent with 21. Siakam with 19. Thaddeus Young with 13. Chris Boucher with 9. OG Anunoby with 7. Scotty Barnes with 6, and Fred VanVleet, who just got injured and went to the locker room, is going to be out for the rest of the game. We'll finish with 5 points. For the team stats, Sixers shooting the ball 45% from the field to the Raptors 41%. Sixers shooting the ball 44% from 3 to the Raptors 23%. Sixers shooting the ball 91% from the free throw line to the Raptors 94%. Raptors are out-rebounding the Sixers 37-29. Same offensively, 12-4. Sixers are out-assisting the Raptors 22-16. They both have the same amount of blocks with 5 each. The Raptors have more steals than the Sixers, 6-2. Raptors are winning the turnover battle 10-8. The Raptors have more points in the paint than the Sixers, 30-26. And then 28 personal fouls called, 15 on the Sixers and 13 on the Toronto Raptors. So let's see what happens here in quarter number 4 of this game. Hopefully the Sixers can grab this W and advance to the second round. End of the third, turn it up in the fourth quarter. We haven't been playing our best basketball in like game 3. We still only trail by 3. You already know, man. You already know. Sixers were not playing well in game 3, and look what happened. They still won. They were down 17 at one point and had 22 turnovers, and they still won the game. This could be the same story. It could be the same story in game number 4. Here we go. Fourth quarter beginning. Here's Siakam starting out with the ball. Siakam matched up against Harris, who's taking an early jump shot, and it's good for Pascal Siakam. Sixers need to stay on this team, and they need to start guarding more. Paul Reed playing a small ball center for the Sixers. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden coming inside. Harden, step back mid-range jumper for 2. That's good for James Harden. Good jumper by James Harden. He's keeping us in this game. Beautiful job by our point guard, our guy playing at the 1. Here we go. Here's Siakam kicking out to Ashua, who's guarded by Paul Reed. Gets it back over to Siakam. Siakam matched up against Tobias Harris. Siakam pushing Harris out of the way. The ball is loose, but they get out to Thaddeus Young. Young comes inside. Young shoots it up for 2. No good, and the foul is called. Come on, guys. Foul called on George Niang. Come on. We cannot be fouling at a time like this where you have a chance to tie or take the lead. You cannot foul. You need to take the advantage and hope that they miss, and you answer with a shot of your own. You cannot continue to foul when you have a chance to continue to be in it with this team. And Thaddeus Young, thank goodness, will miss the first one at the line to keep the Sixers in it. Still a 3-point lead for the moment. Embiid will continue to sit on the bench, and Paul Reed will continue to play that small ball center. The second one is no good as well for Thaddeus Young. So Thaddeus Young missing both at the line. If this was in Philly, all the Philly fans would be winning their Wendy's right now. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden moves on with his playmaking. Harden comes inside. Harden, double team. And they're going to call the foul against the Raptors. Surprisingly, they do not call the foul on James Harden. Nick Nurse is all confused on the sideline. And they called on Precious Achiuwa, I do believe, unless they did call on Siakam. I think it's on Achiuwa, though. I think it's on Precious Achiuwa. Achiuwa was never even set to draw the offensive foul on James Harden. Here's Tyrese Maxey with the ball from the inbound. Gets it over to James Harden. Harden gets it over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey taking the 2-point jumper. No good. Paul Reed gets the rebound, though, out to Niang. Niang over to James Harden. Harden gets around OG Anunoby, puts it up. Doesn't get it to go, but does get fouled. But they might call a foul on the floor here. So it might be another. Actually, no, the clock did reset. So it does look like it's going to be 2 for Harden, and it will be 2 free throws for Harden at the line. The clock did reset at 24, so that's how I know that. The shot clock I'm talking about. And James Harden with a chance to put the Sixers down by 1 again. Harden makes the first. Harden is too familiar with these conditions that any fan base gives him by any means. Any time that the Sixers are on the road, James Harden is too familiar with the conditions when the people are banging their boom whackers hoping he misses. He's too familiar with these conditions for the most part. And Harden makes the second. Harden keeps us in the game and down by 1 bucket. Let's go. 10.5 minutes, man. Finish it. Here's Siakam gets it out. They go for a high-arcing triple. No good. Anunoby with the rebound. Lost it for a minute. Paul Reed puts his hands up. Does not get it. Siakam kicks out. Anunoby. Brick. Paul Reed scoops it up. And gets the rebound. Sixers with a chance for the lead. Harden drives. Goes up. Lays it up. Blocked. No goaltend called. Here's Siakam driving, goes up, misses it, but a foul. Foul called on Paul Reed. Sixers down by 1, but Siakam can increase that lead to 3 if he makes both free throws at the line. Siakam and Gary Trent just kind of have to continue to carry the torch for the Raptors. And they did deflect it before it hit the backboard, so it is not a goaltend. Here we go. Siakam will make the first one at the line. 9:56 left to go in the fourth. Sixers down 2. We need to keep this going. We need to continue to score the points. Siakam is shooting very well, 8 for 13. Siakam will make it, but it will not count. The bucket is not going to count for – the second one is not going to count for Siakam. They're going to call it against OG Anunoby because he moved. He moved before Siakam shot it. So they called on OG Anunoby. Maxey gets it over to Harden. Harden with the ball. Gets it over to Tobias Harris, matched up against Siakam. Harris spinning. Harris looking for room. And Harris is going to get the offensive foul. Doc Rivers is he is losing his mind right now. And Harris, man, you just have to not do stuff like that. You can't be doing stupid stuff like that, man. Here's Siakam with the ball. Siakam comes inside. Siakam goes up, lays it in, and the foul. Come on, man. We can't be having silly mistakes like that. Come on, Tobias. Sixers, man, we got to keep up. It literally rolls around the ball literally rolls around the rim for eternity. It rolls around the rim for years, man. And Embiid needs to get back into this game. He needs to be back in this game. Paul Reed better be done for the rest of this game, bro. 9 for 14 for Pascal Siakam off of 24 points and 5 rebounds. And Chris Boucher just put his arm out towards Embiid. Siakam, I guarantee you Siakam is going to make this. I guarantee it 100%. And, of course, he's going to make it. Raptors with a 5-point lead, about 9.5 minutes to go. And it's not looking good for the Sixers. Sixers got to turn it on. As Harden gets it over to Embiid. Embiid down to Maxey. He's going to lose it. Maxey tries to get it back. Loose ball. Raptors pick it up. Come on. And Achua makes it. Come on, guys. What are we doing? Lazy out here like we're taking a nap? Like, what are we doing out here? We're selling right now. We're selling right now, man. Like, what are we doing? Come on, dude. 7-point deficit. Like, you got to be joking right now. Ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous, bro. Now, guys, I'm going to close the blinds. This is just an absolute disaster. Seriously, man, we cannot be doing stuff like that, bro. All right, guys, I'm back from closing the blinds. Now the sun will not be shining in my face. TB says, I think they want to win Game 5 at home. Well, Game 5 is what I would assume was what was going to happen. I expected the Sixers to win one of the next 2 games in Toronto, and then I expected them to kind of take it in Game 5. So we will have to see what happens here. It's ridiculous, though, how the fact that Sixers are down by 7 with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to go, and we're just being so careless with the ball. Like, I'm tired of that, bro. 12 turnovers for Philly. Unacceptable at a time like this. It's unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable that Philly has 12 turnovers and is being careless with the ball. We cannot be careless with the ball. We can't be doing that. It's unacceptable, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It's starting to sicken me right now. All right, I don't want these commercials on my screen. Get these commercials off right now. Get them off right now. Get the commercials off my screen, bro. Get the commercials off my screen, and let me see the rest of this game go down. Hopefully the Sixers will grab this W. But I did say before going into game number 4, if that the Sixers could win one of the next 2 games in Toronto, then I'd be all good with that. But the fact that you have opportunities to take a lead in this game and potentially sweep the Raptors, and the fact that you're not doing it is unacceptable. You had so many opportunities to take a lead over this team, and you're not taking advantage of it. Missed opportunities, man. Come on. We got to turn it on here in the 4th quarter. Guys, give me that energy. Let's go. Come on. Energy in this chat. Come on. Let's go. Need this energy up in this chat as the game's back on with 9 minutes left. James Harden with the ball. Harden matched up against, I believe that is, anyway, Harden for 3. No good, but a foul is going to be called. Foul is called on Thaddeus Young. That's who I thought it was guarding Harden. But Harden will head to the free throw line for 3. Yes, sir, Michael. Appreciate you, my guy. Guys, let me get the red and blue in the chat. Red and blue, let's go. Red and blue in the chat, man. Red and blue for the Sixers. Come on. Let's go. Harden not shooting that great from the field, just 4 for 13, but has 18 points. So I would call that a pretty good game from Harden. And that's the first free throw missed by James Harden today. Sixers cannot be missing the free throws when you have an opportunity to catch up. You can't be doing that. And we cannot be playing iso ball either. Harden will make the second one, though. Has one more at the line, chance to cut it down to a 5. Chance to cut this down to 5, man. Chance to cut it down to 5, man. Like, come on. Come on. 8:49 to go in the game. Harden will make 2 of 3 at the line. So, 5-point game here. Raptors have the lead, 88-83. Here we go. Here's Pascal Siakam with the ball, defended by Tobias Harris. Now switches. Actually, Harris will stay on him. Siakam backing in, shoots it for 2, and it's good. Come on. Can we defend Pascal Siakam? And can we get a block on this man for once? I'm getting tired of that. James Harden with the ball. Harden comes inside around Thaddeus Young, lays it up and lays it in. Good 2 by James Harden. That's a good shot, and that's what we need. We need shots like that, man. Come on. We need shots like that. Harden with 22 points. Let's go. Here's Siakam with the ball. Siakam matched up against Harris. He spins, puts it out for Achua. Achua back over to Siakam. Siakam loses the ball, gets it back to Siakam. Has to launch it eventually out. Actually, no, that's Anunoby. Come on, bro. We're selling out here. And Tobias Harris is hurt. Get Tobias Harris off the floor, dude. Not at a time like this. The shot clock is winding down. Play defense and don't make contact with the player. Like, what are you doing making contact with Pascal Siakam? What are we doing? Why are you making contact with Pascal Siakam? You should never make contact with Siakam. You need to just let him go as you play defense, and you shouldn't touch him either. You shouldn't touch Pascal Siakam, especially when he's been so good today. That's the wrong man to foul anyways. That was a chance for a shot clock violation and for you guys to cut it down by 1 possession. And Siakam make the first one at the line. Thanks a lot, Tobias. Like, don't make contact with the man. Just play your defense and play your role. Why is Harris not on the bench right now? Siakam will miss the second, so apparently he gets 3 at the line because he was attempting a 3-pointer. And he misses the second one, so 2 possessions now. 2-possession lead for the Raptors, maybe 3. Depending on what the result is on this free throw coming up for Siakam. It's probably going to be a make. Already calling it right now. Siakam is going to make it. No, Siakam missed it. Only 1 for 3 at the line for Siakam on that trip. Anyway, here's Maxey with the ball. Maxey. Harris has 5 fouls anyway, so he needed to get out. And Embiid gets it over to Green, and it was stolen by the Raptors. Come on, guys! What are we doing? We're selling. Get the ball, Maxey. Go. Go. Go up. Are you serious, Maxey? Get the ball in the net. Just throw it down with 2 hands, my guy. That was his chance to score right there and maybe an and 1. Siakam lays it up and cannot get it in on a foul. You got to be kidding me, bro. You can't be selling like that. This is terrible. Bunch of BS out here. This should have been a slam for Tyrese Maxey. Like, why is this man finger rolling into the net? With 2 guys there, you shouldn't finger roll the ball. And again, another trip to Siakam to the line. Chance for Siakam to increase this lead by a lot more. And the first one is good. What else is new, Maxey? Maxey, you need to get that in. You need to dunk that ball and potentially get an N1 with 2 guys there. Seriously, man. Like, it's annoying. Siakam about to have a 30-point game right here. He's probably going to make this free throw. And he does. Okay. Just great. We need shots made, man. We need to make shots here. Here's Maxey with the ball. Maxey gets over to Harden. Harden over to Maxey. Maxey going to drive, kick out. Green for three. Danny Green, what are you doing? Can you please make your corner threes like you're supposed to every time? I'm tired of that, man. The Raptors are on an 11-4 run in the past 3 minutes. Here's Siakam for two. No good. Thank goodness. We seriously need to get buckets right here. Here's James Harden. Step back three for him. Come on! Can these shots just go down? There's literally a lid on the rim for the Sixers. They only have 8 points here with 6.5 minutes to go. Why would Nick Nurse take a timeout? His team is literally winning. Dude, 6.5 minutes, man. We need to wake up. I'm tired of seeing us sell right now. Too many missed opportunities is all I'm going to say about this. These refs are awful. It's not necessarily... Well, you could say that the refs are awful, but it's just too many missed opportunities for the Sixers to score points. It's too many missed opportunities for the Sixers to score points, man. That's the reason why the Sixers are losing this game. They could have had so much more points than what they currently have right now at 85. They have 85 points right now. The Raptors have 93. And they might have at least had 10 points right now, maybe 12 or 14, if they would have made more shots than what they had before, than what they have right now with a score of 85. Like, you can't be selling like that, bro. You just can't sell. You can't sell at any given time by any means. This is so bad, bro. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, and terrible is all I got to say. 6.5 minutes left. Sixers got to turn it on. Sixers got to turn the switch up, man. Sixers have got to turn this switch up, bro. Seriously. It's annoying how this always has to happen to us. Always us. Down by 8, 6.5 minutes left. Come on, man. Sixers got to wake it up. And also, we can't be selling with the fouls either, man. And also, we can't be selling with missed opportunities like this. Too many missed opportunities for the Sixers. They could have like 10 or 12 or 14 points right now if they don't have these missed opportunities to try to put points on the board. Too many missed opportunities for Philly, man. Like, I'm getting really like, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm getting really, like, annoyed that too many opportunities for Philly are happening. I'm getting too annoyed with it. I'm just getting so annoyed that we're having too many missed opportunities. There's way too many missed opportunities. Sixers, man, let's light it up here. 6.5 minutes, man. Come on. Gotta wake up, man. Come on, let's go. Sixers, man, we gotta step it up a little bit here. Maybe they're just trying to win on their home floor. But I said that the Sixers, I would see the Sixers win one of the next two in Toronto because of Matisse Thybulle not being in Toronto, but here we go. Here's OG Anunoby with the ball. Anunoby back over to Siakam. Siakam. Defended by Danny Green. That is a mismatch. Siakam for two. High arcing deuce. That's no good. Rebounded by the Sixers. Harden with the ball. Gets it over to Maxey. Maxey. looking against Chris Boucher. Maxey over to James Harden, over to Embiid. Embiid matched up against Achua, gets it back over to Harden. Harden back to Embiid. Embiid trying to get inside, falls to the floor. Hold on to it, Joel. And Joel does hold on to it. What are they calling here? Are they calling it Sixers ball with 2.2 left? Or like, what's going on here? I mean, Embiid tried to charge on Siakam, but his left knee just kind of falls to the floor. And they're calling a jump ball between Achua and Embiid. They're calling a jump ball between Joel and Achua. And then B gets it over to Green for 2. And he missed it. Come on, Danny. You're selling right now. You're selling, Danny. Come on. And Danny Green should have had that. Siakam for 2. Missed it. And, of course, a foul on the Sixers. Because the refs are helping out the Raptors in winning. The refs are trying to help the Raptors win to get a win on their home floor. Refs trying to help the Raptors win. And Siakam back at the line. Like, you got to be serious, bro. Like, of all the people that you can foul all the time, it has to be probably the best free throw shooter on this team in Pascal Siakam. And he'll make the first one to increase the lead to 9. 5.5 minutes left, and it's one more bucket away from the Sixers losing. Possibly. It better be finished at home, man, because I don't see the Sixers finishing it off. Unless if they can stop with the missed opportunities and everything like that, then I don't see the Sixers pulling this one out. Here's Maxey with the ball. Maxey going to drive. Maxey going to lay it up and too far off glass. And, of course, the refs are continuing to be BS. And like Lucas says right there, the refs are BS. I already know. And also, the Sixers taking too many missed opportunities as well. Here's Siakam with the ball. Siakam against Embiid. Siakam for 2. No good. Rebounded by the Sixers as James Harden has the ball in his hands. Embiid taking a tumble to the floor. Sixers haven't scored in about 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Looking to put a point on the board here. Harden. Trying to put moves on. Harden. Step back 3. Harden should be fouled. But Embiid does get the rebound. And there's no foul call. These refs are actually trash, bro. Like, what are these refs doing? These refs suck. There's a foul right there, and there should be a foul right there. There's 2 fouls that should have been called. Harden should have been fouled, and then Embiid should have been fouled. It's BS, man. And Niang already kept talking with the ref now. They're trying to help the Raptors win. And Achua missed the first one. It probably doesn't even matter. To be completely honest with you guys. It probably doesn't even matter that Achua missed the first one. And he made the second. Of course he did. It doesn't even matter, bro. Seriously, you just need to step it up now. Maxey with the ball. Maxey going to his right, getting it over to Embiid. Embiid driving, Embiid putting all kinds of pressure, and there's a travel. You have got to be kidding me, bro. These refs are trash. These refs are selling. 15 turnovers for the Sixers now. The Raptors 10. Here's Gary Trent Jr. Gary Trent Jr. going to his right. Gary Trent step back 3, missed, and Embiid gets the rebound. That's a horrible call. You already know. And Embiid is now going to get fouled that time by Pascal Siakam. It's about time that they would call something right. Jeez. These refs were just selling before. Man, like, come on, huh? These refs were just selling before. Seriously, like, why are these refs always selling, bro? They stink. And B will make the first one. Guarantee NFL refs would be much better than this. Actually, NHL refs would be better than this. College football refs would be better than this. Refs are just terrible. These refs suck. B made the first one and made the second. At least Joel and B can put points up on the board. Here we go. Here's OG Anunoby getting it over to Siakam. Siakam matched up against Niang. Siakam backing into Niang. Gets it out. Anunoby for three. Gets it. Come on. The defense being bad. The refs being trash. Too many missed opportunities. What else can go wrong for the Sixers? Harris puts one up. Cannot get in. No foul. Refs are garbage. Siakam puts it up. Cannot get it. And Raptors fans are so disrespectful. They hope for our players to get injured. They did the same thing for Kevin Durant in the finals. Facts, my guy. Seriously, like, we just need to get this game off our chest. Yang is done, bro. 6 fouls and he finishes with 9 points. So Danny Green back in for the Sixers. He's been off from 3, and Siakam will make the first one. It's not going to matter. Fourth quarter points. Sixers only had 10. 8 from them came from Harden, and the other 2 came from Embiid. Like, this was a bad fourth quarter for the Sixers. Siakam makes the second one. And it's 101 to 87, 14-point lead. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden, back over to Maxey. Maxey, driving, puts it up and puts it in. Tyrese Maxey finally puts in a bucket. What do you know? It's about time to do something, Tyrese. About time to do something. And here we go. Everybody's speaking up for each other. You have Harden and Maxey in the conversation, and then you have 2 Raptors players in the conversation. You have Nick Nurse on the court. Man. It's ridiculous right now. All this stuff that's happening. What are we reviewing? What are we doing? Someone take a timeout, or like the review, or like what's going on here? Looks like this is going to a game 5 in Philly. But you know, I'm going to stay on for the rest of this game just for the fun of it. Just to put more pain into my day. Hang on, guys. Sorry, guys, but now, once again, Your quote-unquote daily dose of me getting interrupted continues to happen. It's just ridiculous how you have my daily dose of me getting interrupted. That happens at least once a game. Dang, and I gotta record my post game for this game too. Not gonna be fun to record, that's for sure. Yeah, you already know. Let's see if the Sixers can do something. And apparently a technical was assessed. Like, come on, man. These refs are just selling. You're trying at the line and the free throw is good. And B didn't even do anything, bro. And B tried to go for the timeout. These guys are just selling. I can't relax right now because this Sixers team, the way they're playing is just absolutely messed up. One free throw in possession. There's Siakam with the ball. Siakam matched up against Tyrese Maxey. Now switches, goes for two. No good. Rebounded by the Sixers. Harris now with the ball. Harris looking. Matched up against OG Anunoby. Harris going to drive, go up for two, and it's good. Now we want to put in the buckets? Now we want to make them? That's just stupid. Now we want to make the shots. Okay. And as OG Anunoby's going to get over to Siakam. Siakam over to Gary Trent. Trent finger rolls it up and finger rolls it in. Come on. I think the Sixers just want to win it on their home court. There's James Harden with the ball. Looking, gets it out to Joel Embiid. 2 minutes left. Joel Embiid does get the foul call. And with 2 minutes left, we have everybody already complaining. What do you know? Whoop-de-doo. Foul on OG Anunoby here. And a technical given to OG Anunoby as well. So, a regular foul just turned into a technical right there. Maxey, like, come on, dude. Maxey missed the technical free throw. Joel Embiid going to shoot two at the line now. 2 minutes left. And B missed the first free throw. Like, come on, man. Guys, hold up. I'm going to charge the computer real quick. All right, guys, I'm back as Embiid did end up making the second free throw at the line. This is a bad fourth quarter by any means. Here's Siakam with the ball. Siakam going to drive, kick out. Achua will get it back. Achua laying it up and laying it in, and that's going to pretty much do it. Harden, step back three, no good. Embiid getting the rebound. Wanted to take a three, comes inside, and Embiid going to draw a foul on the floor. Embiid back to the line for two, foul call on Siakam. And pretty much the cleanup crew is going to come into this game while they're getting ready to come in and finish the job off. As the Sixers are going to fall to the Raptors in Game 4. First one is good for Joel Embiid. The cleanup crew is about ready to come in and finish the job off, as the Sixers are probably going to. I'm going to just change the banner now because the Sixers are about to fall to the Raptors here. Guys, just hang on. I'll be right back. The stream ends up doing some weird stuff. Sorry about that, guys, but the screen ended up going to a very small size on the StreamYard. Then he says, "Oh well, still lead 3-1. I know it would have been nice to get the sweep today, but we were back home next game." Yeah, and hopefully we win at home because this was a bad performance. I know. I said that the Sixers would win one of the next 2 games in Toronto, and in this case, it was Game 3 that we won and Game 4 that we're eventually going to lose. But you had so many chances to put in a lot of these buckets, and you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to put in these buckets, and you should have had a chance to win this game. Because if you put in your opportunities that you have, then you have probably like 14 points right now. And the cleanup crew's in, and Anunoby with the ball over to Gary Trent Jr. for 3. That's bricked. And Anunoby is going to get 3 at the line. And this will be wrapped up. Max is like, make room for me, man. B, Harden, and Maxey having a little pep talk as the trio. Maxey not shooting well either, man. So, gotta admit it when it happens. You know what I mean? First one, no good at the line for the Raptors. To be specific, OG Anunoby, and the second one is good. Anunoby actually gets 2 at the line. His foot must have been on the line. Last time the Sixers swept any team in the playoffs was 1985. They were looking to sweep the Raptors today and just failed to do so. And Milton will make the first one at the line. Sixers failed to get the job done today. But hopefully the Sixers will be able to reset this, as the second one is good for Milton at the line. They got to be able to reset for Game 5, man. Those 3 have to reset for Game 5, and we'll have to see what happens. Here come the Raptors. Lost the ball. They kick out. And Raptors pulling up for 2. No good. Rebounded by Jaden Springer in his first game in a while. Springer now with the ball. Spinning. Springer out to Paul Reed, who takes a 3, and it's good for Paul Reed to make this game a bit more respectful of a loss. Anyway, here's Malachi Flynn taking defense from Paul Reed, and they bring it around. Their options here. Malachi Flynn up for 2, air ball, and they have no idea what they're doing. You should just let that go at the end of the day. They should have just let that go. Like, why would you try to bring the ball back in play? I know it's the cleanup crew, but, like, Why would you try to bring the ball back in play? It's going out of bounds. And number 45 for the Raptors does make the free throw. And here's Shake Milton flipping out to Paul Reed. Reed down to Jaden Springer. Springer going to come inside, go up for two. No good. Paul Reed trying to scoop it up. And is going to go Sixers ball with 12.8 left in the game. Shot clock is unplugged. Sixers going to lose game 4 rather. Sixers try to go for the sweep. I said the Sixers would win this in 7. Not going to look like it, but not going to look like the sweep was going to happen either. Isaiah Joe taking a 3. That's good for Isaiah Joe. Makes the loss a bit more respectful. Single-digit loss for the Sixers at the end of the day. So Raptors will get the Game 4 win. Sixers will lead this series, though, 3-1. And like I said before, I expected the Sixers to win one of these next 2 in Toronto. I expected it to happen. Especially with a not 100% Joel Embiid, that's exactly what happened. Player of the game goes to Pascal Siakam. Got to give him respect. 34 points, 10 for 19 from the field, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 blocks for him. Siakam had a really solid game. Sixers fall to the Raptors in this one. Unfortunately, they will not get the sweep here. They will fail to get the sweep in Toronto. They wanted to get it, but hopefully we can just see the Sixers win this one in 5, hopefully. Sixers back at it on Monday, 8 o'clock against Toronto, but in Philly this time. So hopefully we can wrap this up there. Sixers lose this one 110-102. And like I said before, Sixers, from my perspective and every Sixers fan's perspective, the Sixers would win one of the next 2 games in Toronto. That's exactly what happened. They won the first 2 home games, and they won one of the next 2 in Toronto to make the series lead at 3-1 for the Sixers. And last time they swept was 1985, so it's not very often that you can sweep a team by any means, unless if you get kind of lucky in the playoffs, you know what I mean? Next game, we got to get them. Yeah, you already know. And I wanted the Sixers to win, so Joel Embiid would get the MCL on his thumb sooner, but looks like we got to wait another game for Joel Embiid to make that happen. Lucas Holman says, tough L. Yeah. You know that was a tough L by any means. We'll go over the stat lines, people. I'll get the computer, and we'll go over the stat lines, even though we probably don't even want to after how bad the Sixers did. But we got to do it anyway. We can't be unfair to the Raptors fans and anyone like that, but we just gotta do this just because. Not the way we wanted it to go, but we have on Monday where we look to finish the job up at home in Philly. Let's get it done at home, man. All right, guys, I have the stats up here. James Harden led the way for the Philadelphia 76ers with 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists. Followed up by Joel Embiid with 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. Tobias Harris then with 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Terry Smancy with 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Danny Green with 6 points, 3 rebounds. Oh, wait. Hold up. I got that mixed up. George Niang following that up with the comments in a second, though. So hang on, guys. George Niang with 9 points, a rebound, and assists off the bench before getting fouled out of the game. Paul Reed following that with 8 points and 5 rebounds. Shake Milton with 7 points and a rebound. Danny Green with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists.
And Isaiah Joe with just 3 points since he did not get enough playing time. Not a huge stat line for him. Hey, 8-point loss at the end of the day. Tough, but we just got a rebound for Game 5 at the Wells Fargo Center. Yeah, we got to do more than that, though, man. I mean, Sixers need to have when they have opportunities to keep it competitive with Toronto, they got to do that as well. They need to stay competitive with the Raptors, man. They cannot sell. Like, there were too many opportunities where the Sixers could have honestly won this one. The Sixers so could have won this game, honestly, like 116 to 110. They could have won this by like 6 points, or even by 4 points even. They could have won. They could have won this no matter what, though, if they didn't have so many missed opportunities, which they had a lot of those today. And now, in terms of the Raptors side, Pascal Siakam leads the way for the Raptors with 34 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Gary Trent following that up with 24 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Thaddeus Young with 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists off the bench. OG Anunoby with 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Chris Boucher with 9 points and 5 rebounds. Scotty Barnes with 6 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. Precious Achiuwa with 5 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. And then Fred VanVleet, before he got injured, finished with 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists to close out the Raptors side. Now, team stats now. Sixers finished shooting the ball 43% from the field to the Raptors 42%. Sixers shot the ball 42% from 3 to the Raptors 23%. Sixers shot the ball 84% from the free throw line to the Raptors 80%. Raptors out-rebounded the Sixers 46-41 and staying offensively 13-6. Sixers assisted the Raptors 24-19. Raptors had more blocks than the Sixers 6-5. Raptors also had more steals than the Sixers 9-4. Raptors won the turnover battle 15-11. Raptors had 42 points in the paint, the Sixers 32 points in the paint, and then 46 personal fouls called, 26 on the Sixers, and 20 on the Toronto Raptors. That's how we wrap up the stat lines for both teams today. Sixers don't get the win here. Didn't expect them to sweep, but it would have been a bonus to help out Joel Embiid. But we got to play Game 5 in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center. Once again, I will be live for the game, which is going to be on Monday. Start time for the live stream will be 7:55, and then the start time for the game will be 8 o'clock. So please be sure to come through and tune in to the live stream on Monday as we look to gentlemen sweep the Toronto Raptors and hopefully finish off this series and hopefully have Joel Embiid get the MCL on his MCL, the healing on his thumb from the MCL. So hopefully the Sixers can find a way to finish the job in Game 5, but we will have to see if we can do that, and hopefully we can to help out Joel Embiid. And the sooner that this series can end, the better it helps out Joel Embiid. Before we get off here, let me just go ahead and shout everybody out that came through into the chat. Nightings, I know you were in here. Lucas Holman, NC, TP, Fetty Wu, Michael Waziolewski. Nightings was in here. I got you. Did I get everybody? Looks like I got everybody who came through the stream. Appreciate everybody who came through the stream, even though the Sixers did end up losing this game for them to now lead the series 3-1. The Raptors finally get their first win. The Sixers look to finish this job up in Game 5 and advance to the second round. And we'll see what happens, man. If you guys have not done so, please be sure to go ahead and hit the like button on the stream and hit the subscribe button if you're new. And yeah, man, Sixers don't get the job done today, but go out there and get it done in Game 5. Fetty Woo, appreciate you, my guy. And hopefully see you back here on Monday. Hopefully the Sixers can grab the dub then. But yeah, man, be sure to like, comment, subscribe like I said before. I'll talk to you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Even though we didn't get the win, let's go get it on Monday. Peace, y'all.